But we're going to see properly nut job people who got talked into being complete nut jobs by considering an LLM their therapist. And like, because it's like holding up a funhouse mirror to your own face and they think that it's actually doing stuff. You can see the people talk about how I'm training the AI, and it's like, actually you're training your local AI node and it's feeding you back more of what you want. You're actually just creating a feedback loop that's confusing you more. And there are now these cases, small numbers so far, of people who actually drive themselves into psychosis. There's some cases of people who decide they look to the AI, the LLM, I should say, for health advice. Then they start following a program where the AI has actually decided to poison them for whatever hallucinatory reason. I don't think it has malice, so it wasn't like that. And there's a case I read about not that long ago where somebody wanted to take the sodium out of their diet. And so rather than telling them to eat potassium chloride as part of their salt intake or to reduce their sodium chloride intake in general, it told them to start taking sodium bromide, which is a psychoactive substance that causes a bromine poisoning that causes you to have all these physical problems plus paranoid delusions. And so the paranoid delusions concluded with this guy believing that his neighbor was poisoning him. So he started a murder plot to kill his neighbor to stop the poisoning because he had all the symptoms and he had paranoid delusions. And then finally it turns out that something happens. He ends up going to the hospital, finds out that he's got bromine poisoning, and it's because the AI had been telling him to replace his salt intake with a discontinued psychoactive drug. So we're going to see a lot of problems. Like, I see people right now, like Twitter is a training, or X is a training machine. You don't know? Ask Grok. Ask Grok. Ask Grok. What did Grok say? Ask Grok. Like, Grok is some kind of final authority. Remember when Grok went full Nazi like a few weeks ago? Like, it's not a good thing to outsource that. And I just saw an ad for these like augmented reality glasses some company made. Like, the ad says, and I quote, "You'll never use your brain again." And it's like, yeah, right. So we laugh, but that's like legit next year. It's like, that's going to be a major problem. There are people who don't use their brains anymore because they're literally using LLMs and augmented reality devices constantly to interpret reality around them. And it's going to be bad. Like, you think some psychology problems are happening now with what's happening online? That's going to be nuts.
Wow.